Clytemnestra does not spark joy. Can you even guess who I was? Absolutely not. Clytemnestra? I'm not saying this board game is rigged, but this board game is rigged. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mimi, and today we are doing my monthly TBR. Once again, I will be referring to my board game to help me pick out 3 books for the month of August. And on top of this, I also have a bunch of other books I am interested in reading as part of Ellen Maid's book club, and also as a buddy read with Chris once again. So I'm gonna get those right out of the way first. The first being my buddy read with Chris at Chronically D. We have been reading the Cruel Prince, Wicked King, Queen of Nothing series together, so we thought we'll end it all off in August with the Queen of Nothing. The Wicked King has left me on such a high note, and you'll hear more about it when I upload my monthly wrap up, but essentially the note that the Wicked King ended on was so high, I want to know what happens next in the series, so I will be picking it up for the month of August. I was really debating whether or not when I should read it, but since Chris and I were talking, she was like, I don't know if I should pick it up, yes or no. We both really want to know what happens next. So we decided let's just read it in August. And so my first read in August will be The Queen of Nothing. On top of this, I mentioned this previously, I want to participate in Ellen Maid's book club every month if possible. And she has actually started posting the books earlier in advance, so I can kind of get my reading scheduled ahead of time, know what to pick, grab it from the library. And for the month of August, out of all the 4 books that she chose, I will be reading Pachinko. This has been on my TBR for quite some time now, so I thought it would be the perfect time to read it. In addition to this, there's also another book on there that I am interested in reading, and it is Sula. I read this back in high school. I don't know, like when I was in 11th or 12th grade, and I actually even have a video reenacting some of the Sula scenes, so I'm also thinking maybe I'll also read it as part of August. It won't be the first priority at all, but I'm thinking if I have some leftover time for the month of August, I think I will pick up that book since it's been a long time. I don't remember the plot. I don't remember most of the plot except for the parts where I reenacted in the little play that we did. So I do have video footage of the old video that I made, but I don't think I will post it now. I will post it in maybe August wrap up, since I know that Ellen doesn't really want spoilers. I don't even know if you can get any spoilers out of it because it's pretty poorly done. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty poorly done. Here's a little bit of a clip, and it's also like baby Mimi, but here's a short clip. Can you even guess who I was? Absolutely not. Do I remember who I was playing? Also, absolutely not. But it was a fun video. I had a lot of fun editing and filming that. So maybe that's also part of the passion why I started this YouTube channel too, to re-spark that creativity. There's a couple of funny scenes there, and the effects that I thought were spectacular at the time when I did it. Watching this video, okay. Yeah, anyways, let's move on. So those are the 3 books that I am interested in reading. The first 2, Queen of Nothing and Pachinko, are at the top of my list. I am probably gonna finish it for sure in August. Sula is a maybe, but I'll wait out until the end of August to really decide on what to do. And without any further ado, let's hop on over to the board game and play the board game. Alright, now we are back with our board game. Last time we ended up on jail, so that will be our starting point for this board game. Today I am using Scotty because FGO Summer just started and she's actually one of the main characters for Summer Part 2, so I'm going to be using her. First, we gotta pick what our go is going to be, so I'm just gonna shuffle this around a little bit. The prompt is latest book recommendation, so that'll be for go, and I'm gonna put back the stack of cards and we will get rolling. Okay, now let's get on with our first roll. I'm going to be doing 3 rolls total, so I'm only gonna pick 3 from the TBR board game as kind of like a guideline on what to read, and then the rest of the month, if I finish these 3 on top of all the other books, I will pick up something else. That is my own choice. So that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Non-fiction. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be hard. Prompt number 1 is a non-fiction book, and I have 2 books kind of in mind. So the first one is actually behind my bookshelf. The first book that came to mind is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. I said I wanted to read this like for a really long time, and I made it about 56 or so pages in. It's a fairly short book at approximately, I don't know, 200 pages, but I started this back in, I want to say, February or March, and I couldn't bring myself to finish it. I don't know why. It was just not hitting it for me. So this could be a good chance to actually pick up this book and read it. However, another book does come to mind, and it's actually a recommendation from Be Kind and Read On, and it is, I'm gonna quickly look it up because I don't want to give the wrong name. So the book is called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. So this recommendation came from Be Kind Read On. I'll have her information somewhere on the screen along with the cards and the description per usual. Essentially, she said that this was like a fascinating biography. The synopsis of the biography, to my best recollection, I believe, has to do with the fact that her cells were harvested. She has some cancer cells, and when she died, her cancer cells were harvested without her consent, without her family's consent. And it became like a really big deal because I believe these cancer cells, or the cells that they extracted from her body, were ultimately been able to use to diagnose cancer or lead to some groundbreaking research, but she was never acknowledged. And even to this day, I didn't know the story until Be Kind and Read On said something about it. And when I heard about this book, I knew I had to read it. So those are kind of like my 2 picks for nonfiction. I'm not gonna lie, The Immortal of Henrietta sounds way more fascinating than this book, but maybe I should just pick this book to finish it. Or actually, so Ellen from Ellen May Book Club told me about the community tab, and I started looking at people's community tab, and I realized like people post things on there and you can vote and do all these cool things. So I think for this month I might do a poll. So it'll be for nonfiction, it'll be between this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, and also The Immortal Life of Henrietta. I really wanted to know what you guys think I should do. I am leaning more towards Henrietta, but also I kind of want to not DNF. I think this book is gonna ultimately end up at a little free library or get donated, because this was back in the phase where I felt like I needed to read like self-help books. I don't know, like there was like this preconception and this idea in my head that I had to read books that were helpful to me, so biography, nonfiction, and whatnot. And I realized my mental health has only improved since I started reading books that I enjoy, and this book does not spark joy. Therefore, it might end up in a little free library. But for now, I will put up that poll, but at the very least, at some point this year, I will try to finish it. It's not that long. I feel like if I just sit down and read, I would probably be able to finish this within an hour or so. But maybe this month is the month, maybe next month is the month, we'll see. And I'll let you guys decide for me. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Latest book recommendation. Okay, that's also pretty fun. The next prompt is my latest book recommendation, and I am going to get the screen recording out so you guys can see exactly who my latest recommendation is from and what book it is. Okay, the latest one technically is from Ellen May Book Club, and it is, I'm struggling to pronounce this word, Clytemnestra? Clytemnestra? Clytemnestra. Clytemnestra?
Clytemnestra.
That's fine. you guys can see the screen. That is technically my recommendation from Ellen May's Book Club, but I don't think I'm going to actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit because technically this book is her book for September that I want to read for her book club. So I'm actually going to move one up, and we see that it is from Cheeky Chapters, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Okay, so I'll have her channel somewhere on the screen as well, but basically her latest vlog was all about reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, and supposedly everybody loves that series is what she said. She got into it and she was just so enthralled and encapsulated into the book. She also journaled. It was a really fun vlog. Definitely go watch it. But it kind of made me want to experience that as well. So I put that on my TBR list. While it is technically not the latest recommendation, it is one of the newest ones since I want to keep the book club pick for September to read. So we're gonna go with Once Upon a Broken Heart as my second pick, which is nice. I feel like I haven't had just a simple romance. Actually, I don't know what it's about. Her video was a spoiler-free vlog. I know it has to do with romance. I didn't read the synopsis. I just saw that she had a good time reading it, so I want to experience it as well. Therefore, it's on my TBR list. So now I get to experience it in August. I can't wait to see what I think about it and how my opinions might be similar or different from hers. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no way I land on jail again. There's actually no way. I want to redo. I'm not saying this board game is rigged, but this board game is rigged. Let's hop back onto the other screen. Prompt number 3, which I don't know how it was possible for a second time, but here we are. I landed on jail for the second time in the second month, and I have to read based on my husband's whims, and he chose a video game. He chose a video game. Though it's kind of my fault that I put the idea into his head. Essentially, not so long ago, he's been wanting me to play this game called Honkai Stair Rail, and the game has a lot of storytelling also included with some turn-based action RPG kind of game, and I said no. I do not want to play another gacha game, but he really likes the game. He wants me to play it. On top of all of this, there's a lot of story. There's a lot of plot in the game as well. So I said, you know what? If you want me to play it and you want me to sit down and read it and read the plot, I'm gonna have to land on jail again for you to do that. I said this not knowing that I would land on jail literally within like the next couple of days. So here I am. I landed on jail, and now I will be playing Honkai Stair Rail, at least to the first world, which is approximately 4 to 5 hours of playtime, which, if I'm doing my math correctly, might be approximately like 300-page book. I might try to find the transcript online and actually get my word count in, since if I'm going to be reading, I want it logged in my actual spreadsheet. But yeah, I don't, as you guys can tell, I'm a little bit defeated. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with the game and how I'm going to be logging it, but it is going to be part of August reading, and I will keep you guys updated. I will let you guys know how I'm enjoying the game so far. I have not played it yet. I played like a little bit of the intro, but nothing too long, nothing too noteworthy. I will have to say, there is a lot of plot. There is a lot of talking and a lot of reading involved on top of the turn-based RPG that they included into the game. Now, those 5/6 books is going to be my August hopeful / TBR list. I do not have any of those on hand, so I'm either going to be doing it via Libby at my local library, or I might have to purchase it. One of those three, I don't know. I'm hoping I can get some of the books as a Libby loan or a library loan to bump up my savings for the month of August. I feel like I haven't used my library in a hot minute, but that's not true because I got The Wicked King and The Poppy War as a library loan last month. So for sure, I had at least 2 library loans last month, but on hand, I do not have any library loans for the month of August yet. Hopefully that will change. So my plan for after this video is to go onto Libby as soon as possible and reserve some of these books, since I don't have any library loans out for this month specifically. I did not get around to Powerless, and I actually had a deliver later option. I might deliver it later even more. It actually just came through literally as I was filming this, so maybe that's also a sign I should probably read it for the month of August. I don't know. Lots of options. I don't want to force myself into a box of books I need to read for sure. 6 books is pretty good for a hopeful list. I really want to read just for the summer. I'm not gonna lie. So I might read it first, get that out of the way, and then read the other books. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think I should do for my whole list. I really like my TBR list so far right now, but I also have other books that I just need to read. This is the problem with having a long TBR list, because you want to read everything. Okay, that aside, let's wrap up this video. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below which book you think I should read. Should I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F or The Immortal Life of Henrietta? I'm leaning more towards Henrietta, but I will go with whatever you guys pick. I'll probably have a community poll up as well, just so I could get a good gauge of what people are picking. And with that, thank you so much for watching my video. If you guys like bookish content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Sunday for my monthly wrap up. Bye!